beautiful day. If not, I hope you're at least okay. Today is a good
I've been
Thursday,
good.
and I am chilling. I'm just really grumpy today, okay, guys? Nothing to do with you. Everything to do with, like, trying to get my job done. You know? Which is so fun. I'm not going to sit here and vent about it too much. But yeah, I've been frustrated with one of my jobs. Because there's been, like, lots of weird stuff happening. It's like, man, I liked it there. I did. But eventually, everybody kind of, like, outgrows spaces at some point. And I don't even think that they want to keep having people come and do the stuff that my position, like, covered. So I'm just like, yeah, what do I do? I don't think my job is gonna exist in a couple of years. Maybe like 2 years, honestly, because I'm like, also, I've used up almost all of this chapstick. It's always so impressive. Actually, it's not that much. Wait, hold up. Is this wasteful? I don't know. I just got it a while ago. Okay, maybe that is like a lot of chapstick. I still have to go through. I used to know this one person who ate chapstick. It was kind of weird. I have to like put my lip on it to press it down. Just so stupid. Wait. Okay, I really didn't have to try that hard the entire time. Okay, well, do you need something, Ollie? He has ear meds. And he's upset because we keep having to put medication in his ears. Which, you know, it's today's last day. It was. Yeah, it was. What do you want, Ollie Bub? No. No. He's wagging his tail so hard. It's so cute. Anyways, perk about having multiple streams of income. You just kind of sit there and you're like, well, it's like it feels like there's less consequences. You're just like, oh, okay, another one. Another one, another one. George says hi. Hi, George. I like your little emote. That's cute. That's cool. That's cool. I think it's adorable. How are you? I'm also realizing that I'm like hella late today. Oh, look, Siri is scratching. He's scratching away. And then he ran. Goodbye, Siri. Oh, I got a new plant today. I should probably show you. I also have a peach bevy. You got a bunch over the 2 years I've been here on Twitch. That's fair. You have told me that you've been here a lot more recently. I'm glad you've been exploring new people. But look, I have plants. This is my new one. She is cute. It is a Dracaena. I got it from my work because, long story short, I was repotting all the plants, and this one kept falling out of its container because it wouldn't fit right. So I put it in a cute little terracotta pot. It's like a palm tree. I know, I love palm trees. I have a couple growing. But all of them are outside right now. Little seedlings. They're date trees. Technically, date palms. So one day they'll be big. One day. I guess I went to a couple of different places listening to so, but she got my letter. Yay! I wanted to write more stuff in it, but then I got awkward because I don't know. I get weird with like thank yous. And I felt bad because I was like, how do I say thank you? I don't know if I'm saying thank you in the right way. And then I start panicking. And then I go, so I was like, okay, this is good. It's okay. Okay, good, good. You like it? Ooh. You see some of the roots. Yeah? Okay, cool. We're so fun. Meow. Look at that. Look at these scars. A 24-carat Labubu. Oh man, it's so horrible. So there's a girl on TikTok who had a Kaisenat Labubu, and it was basically blackface. Do you know who he is? I don't know if you know who Kai Cenat is. Is it Sanat or Sanat? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really watch his content, but he does like he's upping the ante a lot. Kudos to him. My cats want to eat this so they can get high. It's psychedelic, baby. You've never heard of him? Oh, I think he's like one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. It is lopsided. Okay, that's better. Okay, but long story short, he's really popular on Twitch. He's pretty famous. He doesn't stream content that I like, but he's kind of like ebbed into the IRL side of things like recently. I think he does like commentary. You don't watch any of the big streamers? Damn. It's okay, I don't really watch them. And I'm like never online. It's so funny because I literally do like so much shit online and I'm just like I never consume anything besides TikTok. That's because I've been doing a lot of research on TikTok. TikTok just makes me mad. Like whatever stupid shit goes well, okay? And I don't get it. It makes me mad. But look. Oh, my dog's outside barking at the neighbor. Love that for me. We got new neighbors and they're moving in and all these like and they've been moving in for a bit too. Okay. My plan's going black or back with my other plan. But yeah. Oh my gosh. So I am so tired. My my cat, my has been throwing up a lot, so we had to take him to the vet. And then like supposedly he's doing better, but like I don't know when he is gonna be like doing better or whatever. So we're just kind of like, please stop throwing up. And he's like, I'm gonna throw up. And we're just like, no. And he's like, what? What? It makes me feel bad because he's just a baby. He's technically not a baby, he's a grown ass cat. He hasn't been doing super hot. Just one of those days. Oh, I have a couple of things I want to talk about eventually. But we still have some time before I can really get started. What were you up to this week, George? How is your sister's Pomeranian is not doing good? No! Wait, what's happening? Pomeranians they can have a lot of health problems. My neighbor had one. I used to dog sit. I hope he starts doing better. Oh, do you think it's kidney failure? Oh, that's actually really not good. That can be expensive too. I'm sorry. So you've been going through it too with pets as well. Damn. I hope it gets better. He's 12 years old? Oh. So he lived a long life. That's good though. Man. I feel bad. I hope it gets better. Mhm. Oh, Quen's here. Hi, Quen. How are you? We're talking about animal problems because I feel like everyone's been struggling with their pets recently. Man, he probably ate something that he wasn't supposed to. That's usually what causes that problem. I'm sorry. How are you, Quen? What have you been up to? George says that's what I told her, yeah. All of my plants that I have out are ones that if the cats were to eat, they'd be like, okay. Like, they probably wouldn't love it. It tastes real bad. But yeah. Holy fuck, Glenn. Jesus. Is everybody just like, holy moly. Huh. I'm sorry. George says he's a garbage god. Damn. That makes sense too. I'm sorry, Glenn. I hope it gets better. That's rough. I don't even know what to say. Everything that is like all very shitty. Are you okay, Glenn? George, ah, thank you, George. I like the cheers. You're very sweet. I never know, like, I hope everyone's doing okay. It's just one of those fucking weeks, honestly. Like, this is, if you guys believe in astrology, which I highly doubt a lot of you guys do, this is supposed to be the worst fucking week of the year. Like, the worst week of the year. And it sure fucking feels like it. Holy moly. Quinn says, I'm okay, wasn't that close, but got me thinking it's a prime example that depression is lethal. Oh my god. Did he commit suicide? Also, hi. Andrew,
why is it every time I'm like, oh.
I'm not laughing at you, Andrew. Andrew wants to say hi.
Ollie did very well. He met Mike, the neighbor, and who.
Shh. I'm on stream. Don't talk about people's names.
Oh my god, it's a first.
I'm serious.
Holy moly.
Serious.
I respect.
They say hi, Andrew.
Little.
No, it's not a little in. They say hi.
The neighbor.
Yeah. You can tell me more details about it. But you did good? Oh, did the neighbors give us the brownie tray back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that gave it to us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, not the brownie tray. The brownie tray's outside.
Okay, did you grab it?
No, I thought you put it out there.
No, I gave
Told them
the...
to give it back.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go grab that.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, Ollie did well.
Okay.
He got to the point where he let him pet him.
Oh, Ollie lets a random man pet him?
First time meeting him, too.
Does he have a beard?
He has a goatee, but he's bald.
Oh, he's bald. He hates bald people.
He hates bald people.
I know.
was like, he might take a while to get used to you because you're bald.
He normally hates bald men now.
Yeah.
That's really good. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, it was good. Sandy ate a lot of grass, but I'll deal with those consequences later.
She'll just throw it up later. Sandy's been eating grass. Okay, anyways. George says, here's a little help for you and Andrew with the vet and medicine for the crew. Thank you. That's actually really helpful. Because we have to take them back. What's today? The 7th? We have to take them back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And then we have to take Michael back again because he's been throwing up all the time. And everyone's just been sick. So I really do appreciate that. It's been a lot. Especially with yeah. So thank you. And I will be putting that towards Mr. Michael. And it will help. Thank you. Quinn says alcoholism, several health issues, but refused to get medical help. Damn. I'm sorry. It's one of those things, It happens. I hope you do okay with it. Oh no. Everyone deals with that differently. So I hope you're okay. Hi, Ollie. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Give me just a moment. I don't know what the heck that was. I think there might be something outside just happened. Man. It will get better though. God, why is it so depressing? Damn, when is Mercury out of microwave? When is Mercury retrograde over? I don't think it's a retrograde thing, but I'm just... August 10th. We got 3 days, bitches. 3 days. I am going to get the dogs out of here. Oh no, I love you guys. You are so good. But I'm gonna close the door. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Thank you. Well, everybody is sad. What do we want to do to feel better? Because that's a vibe. I mean, not that, you always have to feel better, honestly. Feeling the pain is a good thing. Mark says, I'm not sad. I'm eating ice cream and I'm enjoying it. Hell yeah. Wait, have you moved yet, Marky Mark? We need good vibes. Oh my god, Gwen! All the tea! Wait, what the fuck, Gwen? No, it's a week until moving day. Okay, exciting. Exciting, Mark. Okay, Gwen says, on another topic, met up with my ex recently. Yes, that's a mistake in and of itself, but whatever. One thing led to another, and then her husband came home. Didn't know she's married. Were you, bumping uglies? I'm sorry, but, what else do you want me to say? What was happening? Holy fuck. Yeah, we're fucking... Did he, do anything to you, or was he, Oh my god. Yo. Nah, he threw a tantrum and then left. I mean, you're not gonna talk to her again, right? Wait. And I left as well. Vibes? Was she like mad or something? Like, what happened? Yeah, George says that's how you get shot. Well, luckily he lives in Germany and not America. So he's more at threat of being stabbed with a cleaver. Arbor says hello. Hi, Arbor. Holy fuck. Okay. I'll be right back. She was mad she got found out. Is this the first time she's done that? Like, how long have you been talking? I have so many questions. I'm gonna be right back. Oh my god, you guys are fine. Are you okay? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, I need more tea. Okay, Arby says in Germany, knock cleavers are not a daily threat, huh? Okay. No. Ow. I'll put up the dog gate so you guys don't get mad at me, okay? You can see me. You can laugh. You guys are little stream pups. Yes, you are. And that's okay. My dogs are little stream pups, you know? They just like walk. They freaking freak out. Quinn says, we've been in contact for a few months now. First time meeting again. Don't know if she had other affairs. Holy fuck. Arbor says, statistically, it's knives and hammers rather. Or axes. Jesus. One of my friends in Hawaii, his, like, relative got killed with a hatchet. Arbor says, too messy stare. Ooh. So that's not fun. Arbor says, what? Yeah. It was like right before I went there, so he was like really sad. Or maybe it was like a friend of the family or something. I don't know. But he had like a funeral to go to, and I was like, you know? My grandpa went into hospice at the same time, so he was like, everyone's gonna die while we're together, and I was like, anyways, Pun says, most stylish school shooting was the teacher that lit up the school with a flamethrower. Bruh! It was in the 60s or 70s, if I remember right. Were people, like, injured, or did they just burn the school down? Because if nobody was hurt, that's some metal shit. But if they actually, like, hurt someone, holy fuck. Ah. Also humans. So humans got hurt? Damn. Do you guys call police officers pigs there? Like we do in America? I just wanted to ask. I've been curious about that for a while. Bullenschwein? Yeah. Stuff is weird. One of my, there's lots of, like, bad things that happen in America. And it's, like, alright to be kind of, like, afraid of it. Because some people do fucked up shit. And they just don't care. They don't care. Police, potatis grease. So, yes, bull pigs. What's potatis grease? Is it grease or grist? aka police potato pig. That's what I thought. My favorite thing is learning potato in other languages. Like in Arabic, it's potato. And tomato is tomati. Oh my god. And pepper, I think it's like fulful. It's fulful or fufu. One of those things. It's so funny. I love it. Ah. Oh wait, Arbor says, I'm trying to look that up. Red was homemade flamethrower and lance, and I'm confused. You're looking up the details as well. Send a link. Or at least I could find a link, actually. flamethrower school, Germany. Oh, wait. Okay, New York Times. I found one. A lance. One says a spear. Okay, here's the article. So supposedly, what the fuck is this, by the way? I love being alive. This is so good. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want to log into the New York Times. Actually, ignore that. Ignore it. Ooh. Okay, so long story short, someone just fucking sprays fire on cologne pupils. So were they wearing a lot of cologne? There's a, oh my god. Okay. Is it Cologne? Okay. Cologne School Massacre. A mass murder that occurred at the Catholic elementary school. It was with little kids located in the suburb of Volkoven in Cologne, North Rhine, West. Holy shit. West Germany on 11th of June. Oh my god. Walter Seifert. Oh my god. It's not gonna let me do the thing. What the fuck? When police arrived at the scene, he fled from the school compound and poisoned himself. He was taken to a hospital where he died the same evening. Holy shit. By the end of the war, he was a sergeant in the anti-craft battery towards was a prisoner of war for several months. Worked on for a cologne car factory. Was treated for bronchial carts, an examination to diagnose tuberculosis in the right lung, resulting in Seifert being deemed unfit for service and dismissed from the police on 30th of September. From then on, he attempted to enforce his claims for subsistence, feeling he was being treated unfairly and treated by his war pension by the government. Okay. Tuberculosis was inactive, declared to have reduced earning capacity of 30%. Damn. Okay, he made his weapons. A spear was made from a broomstick and a triangular scraper, used a pump racket to create the mace. His flamethrower was made of insecticidal spray with wire netting attached to the nozzle and filled with a mixture of motor oil and paint thinner. Holy fuck! This man was crazy. Cologne as a city, not Cologne, you, you American. Okay, that's fair, that's fair. Oh my god. This is fucking horrible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people died. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Okay. Well, I guess doesn't matter the country you're at, technically, you can have a mass shooter anywhere, I guess. Which is gross. But it's not even it doesn't have to be shoot. Did he burn anything down? I feel like because there's a flamethrower involved, I'm like I can ask. Because it didn't say anything about that. But like not condone the actions, but at least it had style. I feel like I can't say anything. I feel like anything I say is just not gonna be good. So yeah. What the fuck? Okay. Well, that was interesting. R. Berlin says, well, what a fucked up story. He attacked people according to the German wiki page, otherwise not sure. Yeah, I don't know. People who do fucked up things generally don't have a lot of reasons to. They just kind of feel like they can get away with it, so they do it. I guess they have their own reasons to. It just doesn't seem valid to like a sane person, you know? I don't know. I just feel like more people should get like mental health checkups. IMO. IMO. That's like, ooh. Okay, today's just been a dark day. And that was like right after the war, right? Like 10 or so years afterwards. Why are there stories like that in other countries, or is that just kind of like, is it just always Germany? You know? I don't know. Why do people just target kids though? That's the thing. 19 years. World War II ended in 90 or 45. Yeah, that's fair. Dang, that was like a long time after. Okay. Man. Yeah, because then the Nuremberg trials were like 2 or 3 years later after the war ended. I was listening to some stuff about that the other day. Like some coverage of the trials and stuff because I've been wondering like what's going on with like fucking Israel and shit. And I've just or what would happen to the people who did the fucked up things in Israel to the people of Gaza. And I've been going over the Nuremberg trials, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but they didn't really do as much as people thought because most of the people who were involved in the trials just killed themselves, like or took like cyanide pills or whatever. Ever says too many fucked up German stories involve children, but I bet other countries have their share. That's true. Yeah, Nuremberger process. Yeah. But the something that I didn't actually understand is that Germans literally like after the trials, like not even 5, 10 years later, they were upset that different countries were involved in it. They wanted it to just be a local thing. And then America low key went ahead and took all of it over, which fucked up a lot of stuff too. And they had like no witnesses to like testify, which was really weird. I didn't know about that till later. They decided to just have the evidence of the Nazis, like what they prepared for themselves, speak for it, which I thought was really weird. I was like, holy fuck. I thought they would at least have witnesses, but they really didn't. Man. And people were still sympathizing with it to the point where they were like, none of the other countries should have gotten involved. Like, America shouldn't have gotten involved and shit like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, maybe not America getting involved and having like everybody participate, but it just felt really weird looking back on it, like how they went about it. Glenn says, well, there's always resentment if the victors judge over the defeated by rules the victors made up after the acts committed. Yeah, see, that's why people were mad. Because they were like, we didn't have these rules before the war or whatever. But then the people who were like trying to go at everybody was like, those rules should have already existed. They're like unspoken rules. They're like, you know. Arbor says the most irritating thing I've read recently was General Patton's Wikipedia on the post-war time. Ooh, do say. And you're right. You're right, Glenn. And people were pissed about it. According to his autobiography, he admired the Nazi fighters or whatnot, and very off views on the freed people. Holy fuck. The more I learn about, like, because here in America, we get like a romanticized version of events not in the sense of like, oh, glorifying the Nazis or whatever, but glorifying what happened afterwards. Like, there's always like an idea that justice really happened when it actually didn't happen. Like, there was little to no justice. And it's crazy. Arbor says, and oh, he was very influential in post-war Germany. Yeah. George says the judges were from the US, Britain, and France and Soviet Union. Yeah. But some of the locations were completely ran by America. Like, American workers pretty much took it over, which was really weird. Let me see if I can find. I have to go through my YouTube history, so it'll be a second. So I'm like, oh, Monsters and Men released a new song. Huh. Ordinary Creature. Interesting. Let's see. Sorry, it popped up. When was this? When did I watch it? Body workout. That's last week. Oh, I mean, we can watch part of it if you guys want. But here is the link. It was by Jacob Geller, and it was actually rather interesting, you know? And I'd be very curious to see, like, your input on it and how you feel about it, just because, like, you are German, Gwen. So, you're actually verified German. I don't, you sent me your ID and everything. I'm kidding. But not really. Let's see. Arbor says, I know he was very influential in post-war Germany. Yeah. Gwen says, the funny thing about the Nuremberg trials, they tried to accuse a German Marine member for not rescuing enemy crew after the Allied ship got sunk. The lawyer could prove that the U.S. did exactly the same on a much larger, bigger scale. Charges got dropped that reduced the sentence from hanging to prison. Here's the thing. If the rest of the world was held to the same standards that they were trying to hold the Nazis to during the trials, I mean, the majority of those standards could not be met by most countries. Like, if you were to arrest people after the fact, it'd be like almost every single United States president ever since, like, Nixon would have been committed of war crimes. Like, literally every single most recent president. I'm talking like Obama, Bush, Biden, Trump, you know, all of them. Because they've all technically committed war crimes. Like, literally, Trump fucking bombed, I think, was it Lebanon? Was it Yemen? Yemen? Or is it? No, I think it was, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think there's some bombing that, like, happened in the past couple days. I can't even keep track of everything. America does, like, fucking crazy shit. Yemen. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and so casually almost drives me mad. Yeah, exactly. So that's, like, the thing. I feel like, that's why a lot of, like, Germans were so pissed up. That was a while back. I know. Who did we bomb a couple days ago? Who did America bomb this week? Wow. Uh, no, it was like, no, something. It was either we bombed someone or we gave people stuff to bomb other people. But anyways, we're always involved in a ton of fucking shit. And it's fucking crazy. Alright, let's see. Yeah. I don't even know, man. Something like that. That was a while back. No, I know that was it. I think it was America gave resources to like have more things escalate. Bruh, I'm so like, ugh, the past couple of days have been fucking crazy. I just saw it in passing, so that's why I was Googling it. I'm glad that we got that, like, figured out. I'm gonna look into that more after I'm done streaming. Just so you know. Just so you know. I don't remember any bombing this week. That's what I'm saying. Trying to remember. Was it like giving weapons? I'm not gonna dive insanely into it, but what am I thinking of? Oh, okay. 4 European countries agreed to buy a combined one billion in U.S. weapons for Ukraine. I remember that one, but there was another one. Yeah. Yeah, here's Department of State briefing. I think this is what I'm thinking of, but I saw something else. Oh no, I'm gonna do some more research into it. Anyways, I'll have more on that tomorrow. Because I'm thinking of something related to it, but I can't recall. Anyways, Arbor says, no, I like the idea of no bombing this week. True, but I'm a bit out of the loop myself. I know. I know that there was like some weapons thing happening, but I think this is it. Well, that's why we fact check on stream instead of just like me saying shit. Gotta have the sources, baby. Sources. Let's see. Uh, wait. Yeah, something about it. I think it was something with Lebanon. I can't remember though. Maybe that'll be whatever. George says the Houthis have sunk some ships in the Red Sea the past couple weeks. Yeah, I heard about that. That one makes sense to me though. I'm not surprised by that. Arbor says, dang. Yeah. I know America has been like causing a lot of problems in Lebanon because they fucking they're always doing shit there. Let's see. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Oh, it's the disarmament, like the Hezbollah thing. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was hearing about. My brain was like blah 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 because it was valid because earlier this year the United States bombed fucking Lebanon. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, there's like a whole thing about it. Whatever. Arbor says Germany sent warships there a while back, but I'm not sure how that went last year. No. I know why I'm confused, okay? You guys are gonna think it's dumb, but because I'm learning Arabic, right? Well, I'm in the process of learning Arabic. And I listen to Al Jazeera, but in full Arabic. And sometimes I don't understand everything that they're saying because I'm still learning it. And that's something that I picked up there. So here's the English version of the article. And then yeah. I was like, there's something that I picked up on. That's what it was. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. We got it figured out. I feel better now. I still feel embarrassed, but I feel better. Oh, there were Greek flagships, yeah. Yeah, Germany sends warships there a while back, but I'm not sure how that went last year. Yeah, that was a while ago, too. There's been so much fucking shit that's been happening over and over and over and over again. And I just, like, sit here and I'm just like, oh, I listen to the news most of the time, like, at my job. Literally, today when I was working, my manager was like, oh, Josie's got her headphones on, listening to the news again. And I was just like, yeah. I'm going crazy. But yeah. Okay. Okay. And I know if you guys read the article, you're gonna be like, Josie, there's nobody should. I'll be like, I know. I know exactly what it said. I know. Because I'm still learning. Usually I'll listen to it and I'll have the translation up so I can like yeah. It's just been one of those days. I don't know. Anyways, I'm glad nothing else crazy has fucking happened because I'll just lose my fucking mind. Oh my god. I think if Trump like bombed anyone else, it'd be a really fucking big deal though. Like just saying. Because how do I say it? I don't know. Did you guys how do I say this? I feel like he's kind of like getting weird because he was literally like on the roof of the White House a couple days ago, and I was hoping that the reporters would be like, jump, 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 but no one did that. That's okay. Sorry. Anyways, I humbled myself. I feel great. You guys are always so quiet afterwards, and I'm like, well, am I gonna keep digging myself deeper? Let's see how that's gonna go. No, but for real. One second. You can fly, Donald. You just have to believe. Exactly. Hey, Trump is being Trump. I know he. It's true, though. It's true. I wonder if he's gonna, like. Do you think that he has, like, dementia or whatever? Like, why was he on the roof? They were like, why are you here? And he was like, I'm just looking around, checking stuff out, you know? But no one else was there with him. He was just on the fucking roof. He's so weird. I would have told him to jump, but like, that's why I'm not a reporter. Or in those spaces, because I'd be like, you can fly. I wouldn't say that. I would say, get an umbrella, be like Mary Poppins. That's what I would tell him. What is the thing? Spoonful of sugar. Do you ever. This is so off topic. You guys might not care that much. But I think about it often. Do you ever wonder how much cocaine Donald Trump has done? I think about it a lot more than I'd like to. I think he was checking out the building for the upcoming addition they're going to build. But then why was he all by himself? Why wasn't there like an architect there? Also, the addition is ugly as shit. It comes out. We didn't have pictures last time we talked about it. Oh my god, all caps. Ew. Doop. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be so fucking ugly. There's a really good picture of it. If I can't find it in a second, then it'll be. I just won't show it. It's just so ugly. Man. Ah, it is. It's so ugly. It's one of the ugliest ones I've ever seen. Oh my God. I don't know how realistic this is, but this is the render I've seen like going around for a while. There was other guys for sure. I hope he was by himself. But here you go. This is the photo. And like, I don't know how accurate this is. Obviously, it would like match the facade a little bit more. And I hope that the roof isn't arched like that. I hope it kind of matches the flat theme. But yeah, look how ugly it is with that circle. Like, the feng shui is fucked. Why would you like do that? It's just so, I think it looks so fucking ugly. Like, I'm so sorry. I think that's literally trash. Like, it's ugly as fuck. And you have, like, it ruins the whole layout of the front. That grand entrance, it just makes me so upset. Like, it offsets the whole thing and it looks unbalanced. And that's not what it's going to look like. The east and west wings are not there in the picture. It still comes out pretty far. It still comes out pretty far. Wait, let me see. Okay, so that one's not accurate. Hold up. You're right. We have another picture. You're right, You're right. I love you, George. Thank you. We have another one. I don't think they have like a full render. I think all they've shown is the interior. You're right, George. Grazie. I've been looking at other pictures too. Damn, could you imagine? That makes me feel a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, no, this is it. Let's see. Yeah. This is more of what it's supposed to look like. Supposedly? Yeah. I think this is the photo that she showed. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is the photo that she showed. See? This makes me feel better. Okay. Still looks like shit, though. Still ugly. Ew. Okay. You get the point, though. That's good enough for me. Leave that here. Yeah, it looks a little better. Quinces just went in the rabbit hole of the International Criminal Court. The U.S. does not participate until they get the guarantee to get immunity for the U.S. military, but on the other hand, cut military aid for the non-NATO members that does not participate with the ICC. Double standards everywhere. True. Yeah, the red circle road almost. Yeah, that's what I thought. This makes me feel a little bit better because the other stuff is on the other side. So technically, we can't even see that. I think that the other road is over here. I don't know. I wish they had more POVs. Like, this is what we got. This is the main hall, which you have like the dental work on the ceiling, the faux like Roman-esque columns. But like, okay, so the White House is supposed to have a lot of elements that blend in with like modern day society and stuff, like what the United States is all about. But this doesn't really have that. Oh, okay, so this is what they're talking about. So like there's like where like the kind of grounded entrance would have been in the other photograph. I think that's right over here. Man, it just looks like, it looks so ugly, IMO. Zero taste, I know. Slap gold on everything. Yeah, I mean, that's what he did inside of the president's, like, office. The chandeliers are kind of ugly. The recessed ceilings are ugly. I don't like the double pillar design. Oh, why mess with one of the few old buildings you have? Yeah, it's on the East Wing, the First Lady side of the White House. Yeah, it's true. Well, and they also said that they're gonna have her, like, they're gonna evacuate it for a little bit while they worked on shit. Man, it irks me. I think it's ugly. Waste, fraud, and abuse. I really don't like it. I just really don't fucking like it. And it's not even like, it doesn't match. Like, if you look at the exterior, it's like curved windows. None of the other windows have that design. It's just ugly. Like, at least have it match the rest of the fucking architecture. Like, look at that. All squared windows, round windows. Or rounded windows. I don't know. Well, it's not costing us anything. The money is from donations. That still doesn't make it better. Like, honestly, I would rather it match and be, like, integrated properly than look like this. IMO. IMO. Even the exterior columns don't really match super well. And it just feels lazy. It feels lazy and ugly. And I want to see a top POV. And it just makes me mad. Like, you see the design of the pillars over here, and then you see, like, how that looks like you have the triangular structure. The roof does match, so I'll give them that. The roof matches a bit more. You have, like, it's either AC vents or, like, a faux fucking skylight there, which I get it. That's not horrible. Walkway, you know, or slash, like, other building. But you have, like, a lot of these triangle shapes here, which they should have replicated over here. Oh, see, it is skylights. That's like what pisses me off. And if you want it to be rounded, like just, yeah. Our wrist is so old and backwards, we might as well match the original components from 200 years ago. I wish they did. When you do like historic building restoration, you're supposed to do that. But anyways, I'm gonna keep this over here. We were supposed to talk about like media stuff today. I was gonna do like the history of PBS or media persuasion and stuff like that. Sometimes when we stray off topics, I have to do a lot of fact checking and stuff, and it makes me idiot every time, y'all. But actually, it makes me feel like a proper streamer, which is really nice. But do you want to learn about PBS, y'all? Something modern might work a lot better, but oh well, it's a shit idea to begin with. I know. I agree. Let me find, I have a boop, 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 boop. Give me a second. I have a good video for us to watch about this. Give me a second. Give me a second. Man, I really haven't been watching as many YouTube videos as I used to. Hot damn. Hot damn. This is my damn. Yeah. Gwen says, a few days ago I noticed how we call Most things built after 1945 new. We were talking about our city hall originally built around 1300, expanded around 1600, and the Nabao new build expansion in the 1950s. Yeah, it's true though. It is like kind of new. Yeah, let's see. Habit. Oh, no. No, no. There's a different video. I'll find it though. Unless you guys don't want to watch it, but I think you guys do. It's gonna pull up and be like, I watched it. Like, I did. Yeah. Where? Oh my god, fucking Joe Biden did an architectural digest going through the fucking White House. That's insane. Would you guys would you want to watch that? I don't know if I want to watch that. Holy shit, there's so much like, wow. I'll give a link to it because holy fuck. What the? Oh my god. Okay. I'll find it later. We'll watch it a different day. I think when they actually start construction, we can do that. There you go. That's close enough for me, IMO. Y'all, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. What's old Joe up to? I think he has cancer. Right? Like Joe Biden cancer? Yeah, he has cancer. He has an aggressive form of prostate cancer. It was announced May 21st. Yeah. Yeah. Here's a BBC article about it. That was like a while ago. But yeah, basically he has cancer and it's aggressive. And people, there's like a conspiracy theory that was going on for a while. This is like old news. But there's like a conspiracy theory that they knew before the election and everything, but no one said anything about it because they're trying to like cover it up, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, long story short, he has butt cancer. I don't know what they're gonna do to like try to help him out with it. But yeah, his booty hole might be getting some radiation, you know. He'll have radioactive poops. Says he's feeling good. He's that's a pain in the ass. Holy fuck. Bro. Yeah, I know. But he has cancer. I think the most recent thing that I've seen like with his family is like his son doing the interview with, I think it's like Channel 5, where he talks about crack and how much he's in love with crack, and like he literally explains how to make crack, which is a vibe. A vibe. I don't even know, man. Y'all's Hunter's just an idiot. He loves crack though. Like he really fucking loves crack. Just so you know. He's like obsessed with it. Gwen says Town Hall in 1905, and no. Oh, I do. Oh, why not? We'll do architecture. I was trying to find a video so I can go pee soon. This is a lie. This is a lie. Thank you, Archie. Thank you, Archie. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, got that there. Then we have, oh, this one. Spot the difference. Here we go. That's actually not that bad, honestly. I really like the window boxes. America could never. In most American buildings, they never put window boxes, and it actually bothers me because I think they're so cute. I love window boxes, and it just makes it feel more complete. Although I think it's kind of odd that they don't have any window boxes down towards the base. And you can see how instead of having two doors, they have one door here. The building next to it is different. This building's the same-ish. Oh, new windows. New windows. Windows. Window boxes? Yeah. Oh, the flower boxes, right? Yeah. Flower boxes. I really like those. And then you have like more plants, greenery going over the arches. I really like that. That's really cool. Oh, and then this like the carriage port right here, they opened it up. See? Right here versus right here. That's cool. That's really neat. So they just kind of like, what did they do to the building next to it? So like over here. They redid all the windows here. The windows on the right doesn't match the one in the front. That's true, yeah. The entire right half was bombed, so that's the new expansion. Oh! That makes sense. I was like, some shit happened here. I'm like, something happened here. Oh my god. Yeah, you and the Brits did that. Well, yeah. Yeah, I know. Most of fucking Germany was like bombed. Like hardcore. Shit was leveled. Like, oh. In Nuremberg, I think it was like 90 some percent of everything was destroyed, which is kind of interesting. Except for like the courthouse and stuff, right? Like somehow that was left standing. And that's where some of the trials were held. But yeah. No, it's do you guys, so here's the thing. I was talking to someone about this, which I'm not going to dive really deep into it, but you guys don't have a lot of like German based architecture where like if someone were to see it they'd be like, "Ah, that's like Germany 1350 or whatever." Just look at this and scroll through the pictures. Boop. Boop. Oh shit. Yeah. Alright, we got this, y'all. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Hotch bunker. Bunker. Oh, this is all in German. I can't read that. Holy crap. Yeah, things were like leveled. Holy shit. Terrain picture. Really kind of fan. I love seeing graffiti in different countries. Oh, okay. Bombs. Reminds me of Hiroshima. POV, the planes with Hiroshima. I'm kidding. That was fucked up. I apologize. Bad joke. Kiosk. Nice. Oh no. Oh no. Eh. Oh, English. Let's do English. Yeah, almost everything was leveled. Yeah. It was like bad. The kiosk is the entrance to a civilian bunker. Yeah. Hopefully bunkers won't have to be used like that in the future. Hell. Man. That's just like sad. I'm not that surprised, honestly. But like, damn. We have a lot of links today. I'm gonna be like going in Discord like, okay. Yeah. But anyways, I'm sorry you lost the building. I'm also kind of happy that it kept like the carriage port vibe over here. I thought that was cool. IMO. But why didn't you guys try to make it match more? Why didn't you like try to rebuild at least some of the same like structure? Oh shit. We filled 2 entire lakes with unusable rubble and built sports fields on top. Holy crap. That's a lot, man. Afterward, architecture has to be done fast and cheap. True. True, it is true. Which is why, like, Trump's Gaza doesn't fucking make sense to me because that's not how. Anyways, that's like old news, but like, you know what I mean. None of that makes sense. It's like bullshit. I do like the window boxes. I could talk about that all day. I fucking love window boxes. And you guys have pansies in there. It's like pansies and maybe like a rhododendron or like a daisy. I'll show you, like, this is what a rhododendron looks like, by the way, y'all. They can get kind of big. Let's see. No. Yeah. But they get, like, put in a lot of window boxes. See? This is a rhododendron up here. Like, so pansies that spill over would rhododendrons on top because they need something big. Anyways, sorry, I work with plants, so that's why I got distracted. I see plant things and I'm like, what are dish? What are dish? But anyways, luckily America hasn't had a ton of that stuff. Most of American destruction, like what we've had like on actual American land from other countries, is overseas for the most part. Quinn says looking at the town hall memories to elementary school come up, but we had to memorize facts about the guy that built the clock. Oh my god. America could never. America's so lazy about that shit. Like when I mean we go places, but people don't really like remember a lot of that stuff. Oh, you can't remember the facts or the name of the guy? I remember when I was in elementary school, I went to a chip factory where they like make like potato chips and stuff, and we all got like a free bag of chips. And I remember my dad took it, and like I never got to eat it, and I was upset. I was like, and to this day, I don't like Cheetos that much because of it. Just so you guys know my trauma. Um, what's another one? We went to zoos, went to parks every once in a while. We did the prairie school thing. I've talked about that where like we pretend like we're in prairie school for a day where we have to like dress up and we have like our food in buckets. And I had a PB&J from my school because my family didn't want to make me one. Let's see. Oh, the most memorable school trip was the concentration camp, Dashu, near Munich. Holy shit. Well, that's fucking memorable. Wait. Oops. Yeah. It was one of the first ones built. The Hearst potato chips factory is close to me. Ooh, you should go there. They usually give you free chips if you take a tour. Ah, every time I see pictures, it makes me cry. It reminds me of Gaza. So I'm not gonna look at that because it makes me sad. It makes me sad. Wait, we should like. I do want to watch a video about PBS in a bit. But I also have to pee. So, oh my gosh. I've been holding it in, y'all. It's been so good. Let's see. Let's watch the fucking Inside the White House with Joe Biden while I go pee. This is not an endorsement to Joe Biden. This is just 8 minutes of filler while I go take a piss. I'm not even joking with you. This is the link that I have, y'all. This is what we're getting for a little bit. And there's going to be an ad too. Before you take a leak, I'll say goodnight. Okay, goodnight, Quan. Good night, good night. And then after this, we're going to watch a video about PBS. Which I watched some of, so that's okay. Oh boy, howdy. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud.
The Architectural Digest. Welcome to the Oval Office. Come on in.
Holy fuck, it is loud. Okay, hold up. Sorry, man. Let's see what it sounds like when you talk. Biden Express.
This
Oh
is
my
the
god.
White House. This is it. On Inauguration Day, the outgoing president has to be out by, I think, noon or 10 o'clock in the morning. Incoming can't come in until 4
Yeah, I'm
o'clock.
gonna turn it up just a
So
little
you
bit.
can decide what furniture and what decorations you want in your
Hey
Oval
guys, I'll be
Office.
back.
I had asked my brother to help me set up my office in here on the rug and the furniture because he's a better architect than I am. What they do is in suburban Maryland, there is a facility that is a replica in terms of dimensions of the Oval Office. And so you go out there and pick the furniture and the rugs you want, see what it looks like. And so my brother knows my taste extremely well. I love this rug. I love the color blue. That's the one thing I knew I wanted. The rest my brother picked out for me. And he had called a good friend, John Meacham, the presidential historian, for some help. I've spent more time with the Chinese leader than any other head of state. And he asked me, he said, can I define America? I said, yes, I can, in one word, and I mean it. Possibilities. Possibilities. We Americans think anything is possible when we do it together. And that's why John Meacham helped my brother pick out those 5 portraits up there. It's all about possibilities. There's not a single thing we can't do. This was the Resolute desk that John Kennedy had. And remember that famous picture where John, his son, where he came out from under the desk? Well, he comes out this door here. That's where he climbed out. Well, I have a little grandson, and what I decided to do when we came in here, let me show you. And that's my grandson, Bowie, coming out from underneath the desk. It's really an incredible office. I chose the things that sort of represent why I got into public life to begin with, for real. I wanted to be able to sit at my desk, but I looked down to see the 2 heroes I had. One was Dr. Martin Luther King, and the other is Bobby Kennedy. Then I have a woman who refused to move to the back of the bus, Rosa Parks. I have her bust in here as well. And there's one other person that was from that era. This is Cesar Chavez of the farm workers. He was organizing farm workers in the southern part of my state at the time. And I supported him. I never met him, but I supported what he was doing. It cost me in southern Delaware, but I admired the hell out of him. This is the love of my life and the life of my love. This is my daughter Ashley on her wedding day, and we're dancing the dance of the father and daughter. This one is really amazing. This is on the night Barack and I were declared Vice President and President of the United States. My mom, who admired Barack a lot, wasn't even supposed to be walking out on the stage. And they said, and now the next President and Vice President of the United States, Barack Obama and Joe Biden. And my mother grabs Barack's hand there and look at the look on his face. She goes, come on, honey, it's gonna be okay. She walked him out on stage. She never stopped being everybody's mom. I have this rugby ball over here. This is the all-Irish rugby team. I have 2 cousins who were stars on that team, and they gave me this ball. And then every time I've been sworn into any public office, I've used this Bible. It's just an incredible keepsake that's been around in the family for a long time. By the way,
Oh yeah,
the
he's
reason for
old
Ben
and
Franklin,
rich, I forgot.
I got to put that up because my kids went to Penn and I was a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. This moon rock, it's pretty cool.
I always forget
It's
he was a
literally
professor.
rock from the
Most
moon.
like people have day jobs.
This is
too.
my 67 Corvette. My dad didn't have a lot of money, but he managed a dealership. So when I got married, he gave this to me as a gift. I still have it. When I got elected president, Scranton decided to take Interstate 81, and the exit to Scranton used to be called the Central Scranton Expressway. They renamed it President Biden Expressway. You know, there's a lot of other things in here that are consequence to me, and I think
Oh,
of
no, do you
all
wanna
the
keep going, or are
incredible
you
things
good?
that have happened in this office over the last
I like
couple
the desk,
hundred
though.
years.
The desk is,
it really
like, very
is just an
historic, you
incredible
know?
honor to be here. Let me show you back here. People don't get to go back here very often.
I like
think
to have
these
that
are
moon
great
rock. I
sketches
know,
of
same.
Frederick Douglass. I have them put up.
The only
on the
one I
wall.
got to see was
There's a private
encapsulated
office
in
back
resin.
here. This is where I come when I want to get away a little bit to work on a speech. There's a great portrait of President Kennedy there. The Kennedys didn't like it because they made him look too contemplative. I think it's a great portrait of him. And on the wall here, a lot of kids will send me these cartoons, and I put them up on the wall, and then I take pictures of them and send them to the families, which the kids get a kick out of. But I think they're really neat. And this is the house I was raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, on North Washington Avenue, which, by the way, the last 3 blocks at the end of North Washington Avenue, they call Biden Way now. They've renamed it. This is a private dining room. Not many people get to come back here. Barack and
That
I used to
chandelier
have
is
lunch
so
for those 8
insane,
years,
though.
once a week in this
That's a cool
room
chandelier.
right here.
I wonder if
But I
it's
have a lot of
picking me.
personal family photographs back here. This is a picture of my son, Bo, who's passed away. That's my mom and my dad, and when I had darker hair.
Sometimes I forget that
Here,
politicians are like
they're
people.
what they
with
call
one
command coins. Command coins are given in the battlefield, and the president has a command coin. And my command coin has on the back of it the Bo's unit, or went to Iraq for a year. And so I'm going to give you a copy, give you one.
Ooh.
If in fact, next time I see you, you don't have it, you have to buy the drinks. But you're in luck. I'm the only Irish you've never met that's never had a drink in his life.
It doesn't really have good race. Okay.
Did you want to see the cabinet room? I want to show it to you. Come here. This is the cabinet room. Come on in.
Okay,
There's
so you have
only
the arched windows here.
one
I was like,
chair
there
in
has
here.
to be
It's about
something
2
that they're
inches
calling
higher
the
than
arched
every
windows
other
from. That's
chair.
partially why I wanted
That's
to
the
watch
president's
this.
chair.
Because I wanted to see if we have
These
like
chairs
any other
are
arches.
really, really heavy.
Because it'd be odd
On the
if
back
they
of
didn't
each
call it
chair
from like anything else.
Is the name of the department they represent. This is the Secretary of Energy here in this chair. But there's a lot of really incredible things that have happened in this room. It's almost cathedral-like to me. Because when we're in
Actually,
here,
man,
we're talking about
I've
things of
seen this
enormous
earlier.
consequence.
I wonder if someone's pissed on these chairs. Do you
By
ever
the way,
think
there's
about
a
Trump
tradition in
pissing
my
on chairs?
office. These chocolate chip
That's like a
cookies are
whole
all
conspiracy
homemade.
theory online, by the way.
Thanks for coming by, Architectural Digest.
Oh
By the way, I'm a
yeah,
subscriber.
this is the one. This is
frustrated
the one I wanted to watch.
Today we're in
I'm watching
Washington,
this
D.C. My name is Nick Potts. I'm an architect, and we are going to be doing an architectural walking tour of the National Mall. The extent of the
I
mall
know,
right
look at
now,
these. They're
from
chocolate
the
chip.
Capitol to
I was
the Lincoln
president,
Memorial,
I'd have
that's exactly the same distance from 14th Street to Central Park in New York. So it's just an immense space, and you can feel it. You're walking blocks to move from building to building. A lot of this is due to the Macmillan Plan and its embrace of these mega buildings. Right now we're in
This
front
is the
of
video I
probably
was
the most
looking for
iconic building in
earlier.
Washington, D.C., the National
Fuck.
Capitol on the Mall.
Anyways.
The Capitol building is really probably the most reworked and remade building on the National Mall, and I would say it looks absolutely nothing like the way it was originally envisioned. You know, it's a Neo-Georgian, similar to the White House. You can see the two parts of the building that don't have columns. That was really the original Capitol. Everything else was a later addition as the nation grew and we discovered that we needed more space for our legislature. As the building grew after the Civil War, things really started magnifying immensely. So the wings on the left and the right were introduced, which created new House and Senate chambers, essentially enveloping the old Capitol in a much larger building. At that point, the dome just looked ridiculous. It was too small, the proportions were totally off, and so this new dome was built on top of, and it totally changed the composition. What I find really interesting about the dome on the US Capitol, as opposed to most of the other state house domes and the domes that it was based on in Renaissance Rome, is that those were all built of stone. This,
wait,
because
wait,
it was
wait,
on
wait,
the existing
hold up. Let me show you something. We have a big dome. You want to see it? Too bad, you're going to see it anyways. We call it the penis of the plains. Wow. There you go. See, that's one big dome. And in Lincoln, Nebraska, you're not allowed to have any building that's taller than the Capitol. It has a sewer on top. I think I've shown this before. Yeah, there's a sewer. There's a person. Well, there's the courtyard. Oh yeah, and all the tile. I've shown that before. But anyways. Back to
foundation, because it was introducing and working with new technology. It's all cast iron.
It could be more
looks like it's always been here. It looks like it's kind of not innovative. It actually is quite innovative and doing something new with an old form. If you look at the capitals and the columns, they're not truly Corinthian. There's fun things like corn cobs and things. So it's trying to Americanize a non-American style.
This is what I was trying to mention.
We're here on Pennsylvania Avenue in front of one of the most famous buildings in the world, the White House. What's interesting about the White House is, like a lot of buildings in Washington, D.C., it's really a long history of being made and remade over and over again to suit a growing nation and to suit different and evolving styles. So it was originally built by enslaved laborers and designed by an Irish architect. Not intended to be a palace, it was meant to be an everyman's sort of aspirational house. The entire mall was originally intended to be not surrounded by museums, but to be surrounded by mansions with gardens. It was actually designed originally without the porticos, and it was a much simpler kind of Irish country house with minimal detail, and it's sandstone. The white didn't come until much later. The porticos were added to make it seem a bit more monumental, but you can see traces of the original building behind it. You can see the flat pilasters. In a house like the White House, where the walls are load-bearing masonry, the pilasters are purely decorative. The only flourish about the building are the pediments over the ground floor windows, which alternate between a triangular and a rounded pediment. So it's using detail to embellish what's otherwise a very simple building, and then it grew and became something totally different. So the White House kind of has a dual personality. There's the north facade that we're looking at right now and the south facade facing towards the mall. In a proper Georgian house of the time, sometimes you would see a portico facing either to the north or to the south.
That's where
it's
rounded,
by both sides. These porticos were added about 20 years after the building was built. The one to the north that we're looking at now was more of a porte cochere, where carriages would drop someone off and enter them. So this is really the urban side of the White House. And then the south portico, the rounded one with the Truman balcony, which was actually added after the 1950s reconstruction of the building. The portico itself was there, but that was meant more to overlook the mall and the pastoral yard that was envisioned for that face of the house. In the 1950s, during the Truman era, the house was really falling apart. It was way too small. It had been renovated haphazardly over the years. It was essentially not structurally sound. So everything that wasn't the exterior walls was demolished and a new steel building was built in place. So it's a totally, essentially a modern building enclosed by the remnants of what it had been. We're standing across the street from Lafayette Park and directly across the street from the White House, looking at a row of federal townhouses. A glimpse of what Washington, D.C. could have been. When the White House was going up in the 1790s up to around 1800, this was also being developed. If you look at old maps of this area, there was a significant amount of townhouse development. In the 20th century, the vision for Washington, D.C. shifted from being something much smaller and a little less planned into kind of the totalizing neoclassical Macmillan plan mall that we see today. Right now we're standing in front of the old executive office building directly next door to the White House. By this point, we're in the 19th century, and
There's a lot of
the
French
country and
stuff.
architecture is starting to struggle with the whole idea of bigness and how you deal with very large, multi-purpose buildings. And it's really a love letter to the Louvre in the French Second Empire style. So even though the composition of the building is totally innovative and new, it's using a lot of very familiar
just finished
elements
the
that
video,
we've
I
seen
like
in
it.
previous styles of architecture, but it's going a bit to the extreme with them. There are multiple columns that are paired that really aren't doing anything beyond breaking the building down into more cohesive and more legible parts. And, you know, whenever you see a mansard roof, you immediately start thinking about France. Benjamin Franklin was a huge proponent of France. Franklin was a major celebrity in France, and there was just a lot of love between these two nations
I think he
undergoing
bumped a lot of
revolutions
bitches
under
there,
a
too.
similar period of time. So there's definitely some political alignment starting to
Boo,
show up in our
classical design
architecture
for
that we
life.
started looking at. Architecture has
I
always
mean, it's
been
not that
this
great, honestly.
back and forth between
But
lightness
tell me
and
why, in
solidity,
your
and
opinion.
here we're in a moment of really sculptural solidity, and trends will
My
obviously swing back.
problem is that there's like a lot of protrusions. And there's no like straight corners. And like these columns up here don't match the columns here. I think it looks ugly. Because look at that up there. How it's like rounded and more Grecian. And here you have more like French columns. And then you have like a star and a seal here, which is fine. But why does it have to be above every single one? I think that looks bad. IMO.
Back and forth. You know, think about this building being reviled and then loved, and we'll probably be in a moment sometime soon where people want that sort of thickness and shadow and relief again. Right now we're standing in front of the Renwick Gallery on Pennsylvania Avenue and 17th Street. So the Renwick Gallery is really peak fascination with France. This building is essentially a miniaturized version of the entire Louvre. Originally designed as an art gallery for the
They're just,
Corcoran
like,
Collection,
basing it off
Corcoran
of
Gallery
that.
of Art. There were relatively
George says it's too busy looking. Fair. Arbor says it's a retro look at ancient Greece and Rome, that it itself is old. Can we please get over that old stuff? Boo! Boo! It's like, boo you whore. Well, everyone sees it and they're just like, we want something to look formal. So they look back in time to like old stuff that's always been around, and they just kind of like throw it all together, and they're like, this looks good, seal of approval, even though it looks like shit, but that's okay.
few precedents in museum design at the time, aside from the Louvre. This is vermiculation, which is a Renaissance detail that essentially looks like a worm has eaten away at a material. Interestingly, the material on this is not the stone that the Louvre is built out of, but this is actually brick. It's been speculated that this was actually inspired by a visit to another site in Paris, the Place des Vosges, which has a similar sort of neo-Renaissance aesthetic, but it's in brick. So the form of the Louvre squished into a very small, compact
Just like
box and
Disneyland
then given a
True.
new material. But because the ornament on the Renwick is carved out of stone, it tends to pop a lot.
One thing I actually do like is the design work they have in the stones. They have a lot of French shields, which I think is okay. Like this building, I like a lot more because it has more like unique stuff added to it. At least not really unique, but more of like an American touch to it, like with all this masonry here.
More and you know, these sorts of
Oh, one thing that's really important is in the 1800s when this was built, you would have everything divided into like different sections. So a lot of French people, I believe, were stonemasons. But like if you were French, you would do one thing. If you were Italian, you'd be like typecast into one job, and so on and so forth. Which is another, I'm gonna double check into that while
roundels,
you
which
guys
are the
watch
round
this.
pieces, and garlands are neo-Renaissance sort of motifs that fascinated the architects as they were doing essentially their grand tour in Paris. As tastes changed, museums started becoming a little bit more like a temple, which is what we see a lot of around the mall, these kind of neoclassical Greco-Roman temples. The Louvre was built as a palace, which was the place where a lot of these collections were originally housed. The palace-style architecture for a museum was a
You'll see
fairly
it primarily
short-lived, but
in
crucial pivot in the emergence of museums as a building type.
New York City.
Right now we're in front of the castle at the Smithsonian Institution. What's really interesting about the castle is
Yeah,
that
they were
it
so
shows an
racist.
example of what the mall was like before the Macmillan Plan. The castle style is really reflective of the predominant tastes of when it was built in the mid-19th century, around 1847, when there was a big interest in the picturesque and looking more towards the countryside than towards the city. Technically, it's a ruined bogan steel, which is a rounded, almost Germanic version of an English baronial style. So it's kind of picking and choosing from European influences. But the notable thing about it is its
I like
informality.
domes.
It's asymmetrical and it's fairly rough-hewn, and the asymmetrical tower is really the thing that sticks out the most, is this
I think that's so fucking ugly.
not
I think
being
it's so. I think that's so ugly. It is so ugly.
formal classical building. You can
I
see
hate it.
these crenellations and these ramparts, these things that in the Norman era when people were building castles, they were so you could put a cannon or guns in front of it. Now it's purely decorative and communicating a lineage back towards history rather than its true function. The door portal does similar things. There are some Renaissance motifs going on with kind of these twisting shapes
true,
and
there's
the
lots
grouped
of
columns and the
Renaissance.
fact that telescopes and recesses in. James Renwick, who designed this, had designed several churches, including Grace Church in New York. So there's definitely an ecclesiastical church language also going on here. Currently, we think of there being a very pure separation between academia and religion. But if you go back to English schools like Oxford, like Cambridge, you could see this building on the Yale campus, which did a lot of these collegiate Gothic things. I mean, there's definitely a presence of ecclesiastical and spiritual architecture, even if the institution is not, because
No, he's looking so deep into it. This is like my biggest frustration about people getting involved in like olden like architecture and stuff. Things looked like cathedrals, and there's tons of stained glass and stuff like that, especially during the Victorian era, because we were during like the Gilded Age, especially like the early 1800s to like basically the early 1900s, or like I would say the Roaring 20s-ish. It was all about opulence, and people made a lot of things look like European buildings, which is why there's so much like cathedral-esque kind of design work, because they wanted it to look gaudy. They wanted it to look like very Gothic, but they couldn't really decide what Gothic features to really have. So if you look at old Victorian mansions and homes, they're not educated about what region they were like really referencing, which I've talked about so much on stream. And they just basically slap all this random shit together and they're like, good. And then people are like, they really wanted it to look like religious themed. And then Christians will be like, this is proof that America was always Christian. It's like, no, they just wanted it to look gaudy, and they were jealous that Europeans had like this really fancy architecture. That's literally how fucking shallow it is. That's it. And they couldn't even replicate it properly. So they call all these different buildings and like designs and motifs and like bring it all together, but they can't replicate it because they just don't have the masons to be able to do it. They just straight up don't. They suck. Arbor says, and Victorians were all about that quiche. That's true, slapping gold on it. Yes, lots of gold. And Victorians were so fucking morbid. They were so obsessed with death, which is why there's so much like religious references, because way back in the Middle Ages, I'm not going to talk about it too much, but in the Middle Ages, people got their horror shit from religion. Like, they literally had Jesus fucking nailed on a cross plastered everywhere, which is so morbid. But whatever. Arbor says, to be fair, we all tried to be like the French around here too. That's true. It's because the French were just so pretty. I think the French were trying to copy the Italians and the Spanish when it came to like fashion and shit. And then everyone else northern, like north in Europe, started copying the French because they're like, whoa, what is this? It's beautiful. And the French were like a big like trade hub, from my understanding. So everyone kind of went there and they'd be like, whoa, what is this? This is beautiful. But yeah, it's not that deep. Everyone makes it out to
If you
be
think
so
about
much
the
deeper
Middle
than it really
Ages,
is.
the research and the universities were coming from monasteries and religious orders. Right now we are in front of the Arts and Industries building at the Smithsonian Institution. So this was 1881, 30 to 40 years.
Arts and crafts is very open, big windows, like you can see here, with a lot of like tile work. Sorry, I'm eating. And lots of like more simplified structures. So you can see how it's calling back towards a lot of that Gothic design work, but everything's more simplified, especially with like the windows. It's very big, bright, like open spaces. However, says, I also think France hosted a lot of powerful people who in turn all build all the fancy shit. True. And had it built. That is also true. The French Empire has always been like, for the most part, has been pretty prevalent. And up until like Napoleon, well, I mean, Napoleon is where they started getting super aggro with a lot of the surrounding like nation states. But yeah. George says, yeah, I like the way this looks. Yeah, arts and crafts, I personally think looks a lot better. It came later in the Victorian era or like the Gilded Age or whatever. But yeah, this was like the beginning of the arts and crafts.
After the castle,
Let's
a bit
see
more
what
modern, a
those
bit
dates
less referential to history. Really kind of prime example of an exhibition style building, which is essentially a building type that emerged out of World's Fairs and exhibits that were venues for people to trade and exchange cultural
1880s to the
ideas.
1920s,
The Arts
yeah.
and Industries building is
This
a
is one of the
highly
first
decorated poly.
buildings, which is why it has so much of that Gothic influence still, with like the arched windows. And you saw in the beginning how it still had like the columns with the arches on top. Yeah, anyways, I've taken
building.
quite a
You
few like
imagine a
art
warehouse being
classes,
very
but
kind of generic
this is
space that's
cool.
meant to look like anything as exhibits come and go. In this example, and actually in a lot of these building types, the exterior of the building becomes a means of communication. And this is high Victorian style. It's using brick and lots of different colors of brick. There are influences of arts and crafts. It's a bit of an eclectic style that is all about exuberance and whimsy
lots and lots
and
of tile, too.
vibrancy. And the arts and crafts movement came out of a reaction against more formal and class sizing movements that preceded it, and it was the rise of machinery and ornament being made in factories. So it's a return to the workshop and
got rid of so much
to the
beautiful,
makers versus
like
the
arts and
machine.
crafts was very, very huge and stunning. It wanted to be like big communal spaces, which is what he was saying. But most of the stuff from the arts and crafts movement throughout like New York City, Chicago, St. Louis, even like Omaha, Nebraska, like where I live. I don't know, I cry, I hate it here too. Fuck it. Like, get me out of here, get me to the West Coast. But anyways, everywhere pretty much had all of the arts and crafts buildings destroyed, or they were just kind of like modified because it was just seen as like not super opulent, but it was like seen as like kind of worthless, you know, for a while. It's just no one really appreciated it afterwards, which is kind of sad. But it heavily inspired people like Frank Lloyd Wright.
And a building like this, because
You guys
it's
have probably heard a lot
handcrafted, you know,
about.
you can picture the masons building up the stones and creating these patterns. It's referencing some of that. The blue brick up at the top of the towers, think about different sorts of kilns. If they need to fire that, it's almost referencing pottery and ceramics work. Right now we're standing outside of the West Building of the National Gallery of Art. Andrew Mellon bequested to the country an art museum, which we hadn't had, and this site
one's a lot
became
more
the site of the
simplified.
National
Lots of, like,
Gallery of Art. An
limestone and
immense building.
marble.
If the Macmillan plan was about the
Except there's
expansion of
orange people
buildings, this is
standing
really
on.
kind of the ultimate expression
I
of
don't know.
that. John Russell Pope, who designed the building, really
some
took
of those
advantage of
elements
the
look
immense
reason why
scale
I
of the
just
site.
like, yeah.
It's 6 New York City blocks long, and he really
What about it? What about it's familiar to you?
played it up. An art museum really doesn't want windows. The light, particularly for the sorts of old masters paintings that are in this building, generally want to be top lit. And so he embraced that. There are a few blind windows, but the rest of it is just pure wall space. Because there's not a lot of detail, because there's not a lot of objects to distract you, was about being meticulous. Even the selection of the marble, if you look up the building, it gradually changes. It goes from a darker pink to lighter as you go up the building. That was very intentional to make the building appear lighter and to float a little bit more than it really does. It's severe and maybe a little bit forbidding, but there's a lot of thought and craft that went into every single move that happened in this building. And the entrance is the same thing. It's very kind of overscaled, but it terminates in a single door, not a bank of several. So you really feel the importance. This is a monumental building if there ever was one, and it knows that. The clarity of what Pope did here was about not overdoing it. That's why it plays really well off of the IMP building, because they're both about simplicity and minimalism. Right now we're standing outside of IMP's East Building of the National Gallery of Art. For being one of the newest buildings on the mall, it takes its references and its materials to create a conversation between IMP, who is one of the great architects of America in the 20th century, and John Russell Pope, who did the West Building directly in front of me, who was one of the giants of American architecture in the early part of the 20th century. So it's really a conversation between the past and the present, and between kind of neoclassicism and high monumental modernism. In terms of the material.
And like the modernism that he's talking about, that only came into play after they started making silicone. So then you could have lots of like windows that are all close together. You don't have to build like stone stuff custom fit to all the windows or anything to prevent water from getting in. The silicone prevented everything from getting in. So that's when buildings started having more windows, being a lot more open visually that way. And it really took like the big structures that you're seeing here that are very simplified to the next level. So this sort of aesthetic of like just buildings that are like plain Jane, like brick or stonework, is a lot more recent than people like to think.
It's using the
Or a lot
exact same
older than people like to think, but also more recent too. Anyways.
See marble materiality of the West Gallery, but making it extremely flat. So whereas the West Gallery, it's about sculpture and it's about the play of shadow on the surfaces of the wall, this is blowing those proportions up to the scale of the building. We have these ins and these outs and these shadow lines that are happening that are taking the same surface and light play of neoclassicism to a much bigger and bolder composition. One of the really interesting things that I find about this building is that even though it's fully contemporary and of its time, this is the 1970s when this portion of the gallery was built. The building is still brick. By this point, most stone buildings had become veneers over a steel building.
You have the big windows.
But behind the marble panels is actually brick walls that are tied back. So it's kind of almost weirdly anachronistic and solid for a building style that typically is about anything but being solid. And this is another example of the mall having friends in Paris, and particularly with the Louvre and IMP, who famously did the pyramid. At the Louvre has a smaller version of it here that's doing a lot of similar things in terms of underneath us is a concourse that helps rationalize between the two buildings, the gift shop, the cafe, there's a moving walkway that's used for exhibitions. So this plaza,
I want this for my job.
it's a similar sort of idea.
And, like, talk about and learn about them.
Buildings like the West Gallery or the East Gallery, IMP, taking ideas that were generated here and building them in France. It's a complete inversion of what you see in other parts of the mall where we're building pieces of the Louvre. There's kind of a cross-generational trade that's happening. And you can really...
One thing that's really important to note is that the modern day like skyscraper and all of that stuff that I was talking about is all based in America. Like when America had the huge economic boom kind of like after the war in the kind of like the 60s and stuff like that, during like the baby boom and all that shit, we had a ton of new buildings that were being constructed, and it just like changed everything. There's lots of other stuff that goes into it, a lot of things that I would still need to learn more about, but yeah.
See in the mall successive generations, even though some of the language is shared, you see kind of these similar, white classical buildings, the way that they're interpreted, the way that certain societies choose to talk more about ornament or more about a person's experience.
Simple. Like you see how like this building right here has lots of like little tiny windows and everything is like bricked up around it. It's literally to prevent water from seeping in. That's why. It's not even like as fanciful as I would even want it to be. I don't know. We could watch these videos all day. I think they're so fun. I don't know. Look how many fucking links I have to post in Discord later. Holy shit. It's okay. It's okay. I'm fine. It's only pain. But do you have any questions, Clash? Is there anything you would like to learn more about, Clash? Sorry. But yeah, no, it's really cool. It's really cool. Without steel, they carry the load too and isolate temp in general. Yeah, that's true. That's true, it's true. But okay, interesting point anyway. That's true. New to me. Yeah. It's pretty new to me too. Like, I started exploring a lot of older buildings for my work, and that's where I've been picking up a lot of this stuff, especially like older historic buildings in my area. It's crazy. Even when I traveled, I went to a lot of them too. So it's like I can kind of like piece it all together. I don't know. It's cool. I'll try to find more videos that cover a lot of those points because obviously like nothing I say is like original because it just is what it is. And most people have like created content about everything. So good for me because then we can just watch their content. And then I'm just like, yeah. Honestly, I gave up on the whole building thing and plan to look into yurts. Really? I liked those when I was younger. I always thought they were really cool. I like how they're like really open. Look how sad the fish tank is. I'm gonna start cleaning that tonight, by the way. It's gonna be disgusting, but it'll be worth it. But yeah. I like yurts. I like the fire in the center traditionally. Most people have like fireplaces now. And for those who are wondering, it's basically a tent that's just like a rounded tent that's usually on stilts, which is cool. And they make more sense to tiny home to me and it's nomadic. Yeah, yeah. I was really into that when I was younger. And who knows when one suddenly needs to run from something new this. Yo, I saw like the cutest little tiny house on the road today. They were pulling it. And I was like, damn, one of my coworkers, one of the reasons why I don't want a tiny house anymore is because my coworker used to like build them out. And he explained all of it to me. And I was like, ooh, I don't think I'm built for that. I don't think I need my space, baby. Especially if I'm going to be with someone, like I'm a very like, I'm gonna show you a house. It's my favorite fucking house. It's called the Garcia House in LA. When I become rich, this is gonna be my home, by the way. If I become rich, which I probably will, so. I'm kidding. But this is like my favorite fucking home. It is my favorite home. I have been talking about it for years. Years. And people live here. People live here. It's like, the only thing is if you want like a yard, it's kind of not for you, just saying. But, look at this. Oh, it's so good. John Lautner. He did such a good job. It's from the 60s. This is the interior. 16 million. I'll compromise and I'll get two houses that are right next to each other and just have like build them out. Like I'll buy the two properties, build them out really close to each other, and then like connect them via archway. Because imagine this would be a lot cheaper if it wasn't on stilts. But oh man, when I was in LA, I was like, I want to see this so fucking bad. I almost drove past it, but I thought it might be kind of creepy. But anyways, this is the bottom. But the big thing I like about it, which you can see in this photograph here, this is on Instagram, so I'm not gonna like open it. But you see the center part? Maybe I can find a better photo. Here. You see the center right here? How it's just open? Yeah. I would be like, you get this side of the house. I get this side of the house. We collaborate together. Or you could have like a living section and then like a work section, which is what I want. I want it so bad. I want a house like this. Maybe not on stilts because that kind of creeps me out. Like, look at this little bungalow. Oh, so cute. It's just so cool. It is literally just so neat. I have always loved it. Like, look at those windows. Don't you open up the window. Anyways, I had to show you. I had to show you because I love the Garcia house. Like, whoever I'm with in the future, This is what I'm having. Fit for a Bond villain. No, it's just like, it's good though. And I like the curve, which it doesn't even have to be curved. Like you can get like 2 bungalows that are like close to each other and then like just put like a little portico or maybe like connect it via like a roof or something. Have it so like you can just have a walkway. And if you're in LA, it like rarely ever rains. And then it'd be cool to like sit out there in the rain, have like a giant porch. Yo, like, come on. This is like rich behavior. I know. Y'all are like, Josie, what the fuck? Money. And I'm like, I know. I cry. But this is what I want. This is what I want. Give it to me. Oh, but it's so cool. You would fill the middle with plants. For sure. I'd fill everything with plants. Enough room below the house for another house, really, that's true. And Bixby and Michael are really sassy today. Mikey has been keeping me up because you been stressing me out. Yeah, you have. I don't like that. Come on, up the puppies. He says hi. I shall drink a glass of plain water while pondering your decadence. It's okay. I'll have to like, I don't even know. I'll have to either be rich or marry rich to get something like that, honestly. So like, that's why I'm like, take 2 houses and just like, make them like smush. Just smush. Or that would be really good for like a multi-generational home. Just saying. If you had a multi-generational home, that'd be like, chef's kiss, so stunning. Would I actually have that house? Probably not. That'd be like, I am afraid of heights. So I'd kind of like freak out a little bit, honestly. I'm just saying, I would honestly like, I would love like a Spanish bungalow. They're so pretty with like the terracotta roof. It's so beautiful. That's what I like. I like it. I think it's cool. And then maybe having like oh my god, I would get Spanish tile that would be like vintage. Put it outside. Could you imagine? Oh, it'd be so hot. Like blue tile. When I say Spanish tile, I'm talking like Spain, not Mexican or Mexico. Just so you know. There's a difference in the design. But the Mexican design work is also really pretty. Mexico tile. Arbor says all I want is a simple doomsday ready bunker TBH, bro. You sound like my ex. My ex was like, oh, we're all gonna die. It's all gonna be like a blah, 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 blah. All the time. And I was like, yo, it freaked me out. I had like nightmares because he like freaked me out all the time. And then I would get like all worked up about it and I'd be like tweaking a little bit. And then like when COVID happened, he like took it really far. And me and my roommate, which we didn't get along at that point, we were just like, and Andrew would be on the phone with me and he'd hear it and he'd be like, holy fuck. And I was like, I'm not. Anyways, and I don't know. It freaked me out. Man. And to this day, I have trauma around it. Let me guess, you hoarded all the toilet paper. No. It was like, have tons of supplies and stuff so that if like the power grid goes off, then like he like hoarded guns and shit like that too. And I was just sitting there like, and he was like convinced the world was going to shit. And I was sitting there like, you know, I mean, it was going to shit, so that part was valid, but his coping was not great. And I was having like, he just caused me a lot of anxiety. I hope he's better. I told his mom about it, and she was like, yeah, it can't be that bad. And I was like, okay. Okay, bye. Such is life, though. Such is life. I think it's because the place we lived had lead water. Maybe that's why he had like I don't know. He just didn't really handle it well. Not trying to shit talk. Not trying to shit talk and be like a mean person or whatever. Like at all. Because I think that's kind of like how it's coming off. Because yeah, people have problems sometimes, and I get it. And I don't think he was handling the pandemic really well. It happens. I guess a few people didn't, but dang, that sounds concerning. Yeah. So, anyways, I left everything behind and now I moved to a different city. And lots of other stuff happened too. But yeah. I try not to talk about it too much on stream because it's like major depresso. Look, he jumped. Trump couldn't do it because he didn't have the balls, but Mikey jumped up. Is he gonna try to eat the plant? See, look how big the plant leaves are compared to him. I got a massive plant. I'm gonna repot it soon too. I think I might stream it on TikTok instead of here. Cause I want to keep like Twitch separate. I don't know. I feel like Twitch is more like educational kind of like vibes, and TikTok is more like casual. I don't know. Arbor says I still need to get out of what was it, Omabraska or something. It's not that I have to get out of it. I'm choosing to stay here for a bit. Cause yeah. I don't hate it here. I'm actually pretty content, pretty happy. And eventually I'm gonna move and I'll be gone. Like I'm not gonna stay here forever. I know where I'm going. It's just one, it's cheaper for me to do what I want to do here. Two, I have lots of community building and stuff that I've been working on. And it's been good to like get my toes in the water and do a lot of stuff that I like to do, which was really good for me. And it's getting to the point where a lot of the stuff I enjoy, I'm kind of like getting to the end of my rope with. Like there's less building that can be done, which is sad. It's okay though, but I'm just like, yeah. I might have a couple more years here or something, but probably not. Probably not. Yeah, George says, well, you are a beach baby. You need the sun and the sand. I know! I'm a summer baby. I literally am, though. I hate winter with a passion. Like, I'll deal with it. It's okay. But I'm not really built for it. Like, it kind of fucks me up, Lamau. And, I really need to be somewhere that's, like, by water. Even if it's, like, cooler, I need water. And I just need... And the hotter it is, the better for me. Because I literally, like... I go outside and I lay on like this super fucking hot ground and I'm just like lizard time. It's so great. And lizards love me. At my jobs, we have lots of lizards as like pest control that come in because I work with like plants and stuff. But yeah, all the lizards like come up to me and they hang out with me, but they don't go up to my coworkers. So I'm like a lizard. I'm so cool. I know, it's cheesy, but it's true. And even like when I go down south and stuff, like the lizards love me. Maybe I'm a lizard person. No, I'm kidding. It's a meme. It's a joke. Arbor says LOL. Yeah, I'm just a summer baby. I'm a little summer princess, which is great. But yeah, I've been having a good time though. I'm having a really good time with stuff. I'm still working on things. I'm just exploring. I'm having fun. 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 If I knew how to clip, I'd clip that. Yeah. Y'all have clipped like weird ass shit, and I have no idea what. I remember the first clip that one of you guys made. It was so fucking funny that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna allow clips. And if you guys make clips of me out of context, I'm just gonna laugh. Because I ain't no famous bitch. So it's just like, oop. Maybe I will be one day. That'd be really cursed. It'd be funny. I don't know what I would do. Like a lot of people, like I come online, they're like, "You have so much talent. You're gonna get so far in the faith, and you're gonna do all this, this, and this." And I sit there and I'm like, "Good eyes." And now the same people that were like that, they actually didn't leave. They still follow me. They have lives now. Miss you. Maybe you watch my VODs. Come here, little bitch. Meow meow. Come near my mind. What are you doing? Do you see him in the corner? I want to see what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing. Andrew's finishing dinner because it's his turn. He made me cook dinner like 2 times in a row. He's like, complaining to me about it. I'm like, bitch, I'll cook you food, but you best be cooking me food tomorrow. And he is. What a whore. What a lemon-sucking whore. He's really obsessed with my swim bag. I don't know why. He just really fucking likes it. It's really old, too. It's from when I used to coach. But it's huge as fuck. Do you guys want to see it? I'll show you. Just because I'm, like, waiting for him to cook. I'm also wearing comfy pants because I can. It's comfy. Okay. It's huge! Look at this thing! It's just a giant fucking, like, box. He likes the smell of it. Yeah, it still smells like chlorine. Unironically. But look how big this shit is. It's really flat right now, but it's actually really nice. The only problem is that he's been chewing it. Like, right here, he's been chewing it. So I have to get a new one eventually. I'll have to go to like swimoutlet.com or something. Or I could sew it. I'll probably sew it and fix it. And it'll be like the remnants of my pussy, you know? Wait, here. Damn, what do you carry around it? All my swim shit. Do you know how much gear you have for swimming? You have you have your caps, your suits, like, and they have like little carabiners, which I broke them, but whatever. But you usually have like your suits hanging on the outside. You have extra clothes. You have flippers, kickboards. You have like the little like footboard, which is really nice, especially if you want to do like upper body workout. Yeah, anyways, there's lots of different gear you can have. And you just like put it all in there. But it's really nice because it has a ton of pockets. So I take it with me when I go to the post office, George, and like I have to oxygen tanks, yeah, totally. But when I have to get a ton of shit, or if I go to the grocery store and I'm like riding the bus or whatever, I'll just take this and I'll fill it up with food. And then it's like massive. Like, look at that. It is a little dirty because my cat's been laying on it. Yeah, there's like so many pockets, so much room for activities. It's pretty good. But yeah, I've had it for a really long time. It's like, oh, it's 2025. It's like 11, 12 years old. Let's see how much they run for. I used to get all of my guard shit from here. Yeah, but they're like, oh yeah, like literally the same bag that I have is like, I honestly might get it again actually. It's like on sale. It's the 45 liter. Mine is all black though. Low-key might get a new one, actually. I think it cost me like $80 when I got it. It's really nice. Like, it actually is. If I start swimming again, I'd use it. I do want to start swimming. I want to start doing more like conditioning, working out. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Froggy says, I always thought you live in a house like Superman's mom's house with no bus service, just cornfields. I live in a metropolitan area. It's a city, not a shitty, okay? I'm sorry, Froggy. No, but I do have a lot of open space around me. So it's chill. But there's like, that's literally the exact backpack I have. It's really nice. I love it. I used to take it with me traveling all the time too. I just fill it up, baby. Fill it up. Honestly, maybe I should buy this one. It's like only 50. And my cat did chew through mine, although it's like a waste. I should just repair the one I have. I don't need a new one if I can repair it. George says, hey, I'm putting a box of stuff together for you. When I was going through the closet looking at birth time weeks ago, I came across a bunch of stuff I wanted to send to you. Oh, really? Oh, that's actually really cool. Yay! I'll cry. I'll cry. Just so you know, I'll cry. I won't cry on stream, though. No one gets to see me cry. You don't get the satisfaction. Which is hilarious, because I'm such a little crybaby bitch. I'm sorry. But yeah. Oh, man. I might cry. That's really sentimental. I'll have to send you some stuff too. I don't know what you would like that I have though. Would I just like send you a plant? I could send you a plant. I'll send you a plant. There's like something, I have like a weird fuzz. Haha. It was itching me. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, so we didn't watch what I wanted to watch, but we pretty much watched like the same stuff beforehand, so it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Don't spoil it for me, George. Don't spoil it. Don't tell me exactly what it is. As long as there's no, like, bomb in there, I'm chill. Do you think they have, like, bomb-sniffing dogs at the post office? I'll have to, like, ask her. I'll be like, hey, can you have a dog sniff this one? And she'll be like, why are you so fucking weird? She... I asked her if she... So the girl at the post office is so tired of my shit. Because I was talking to her and she was like, what do you think of when you think of the post office? And I was like, how you can ship drugs and you guys don't really check for them. And she was like, why do you know that? Oh, George says, give me a week or so to finish picking stuff. You legitimately do not have to, so don't feel any pressure. You're okay. You are okay. Oh, look, Braymay. He's like, hello. Hello, hello. He's really sweet. Don't die, George. I hope you're not dying. Don't have like cancer or something and like hide it from me. I'd be so mad at you. So many people in my life, when they're dying, they hide it from me, so don't do that shit. Don't do it. Anyways. So I don't know what else to say right now. Wait, my shirt says Billabong. Guess how old this is, bitch. I got this in like 2011. It's kind of cute though. I added more holes to it, so it'd be cuter. I modified it. It was really big on me when I was a kid, and now it fits me like really tight, and I'm like, puberty. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this. I should go. I should go soon. Anyways, you're in good health, no worries. Good, because you have me worried. When people start giving me things, I'm like, you're either going to kill yourself or you're dying and you're not telling me what's happening. I think that's trauma. But, like, you know, no biggie. Anyways. What else do we have going on? Oh, God. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so pale. Froggy says, oh my god, wait, hold up. You almost died? Froggy says, I almost died this one time. You know the old tube TVs? When you turn them on, the capacitor just charged on right before the bass drop and like a techno sound? Bruh, yeah. I kind of felt like that with the brain turning off. Wait, so like you like legitimately almost died? Yo. I'm sorry. That legitimately sucks. I hope you're okay. That would stress me the fuck out. Just so you know. Just so you know. That would make me afraid of life and death at the same time. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Panic. Arbor says, yeah, I remember feeling like that once. Very concerning. Is everyone just almost dying all the time? Fortunately, I was inside the emergency room standing up and yelled, help, help, and Papa Frog was there to get the docs. Yeah, Jesus, fuck, yo. Holy shit. Yeah. Bro. That freaks me the fuck out. I almost died counts fingers well too often. You guys feel like bad juju, bro. Bad juju, bro. Don't like, don't wrap me up into this shit. Don't get me in. And none of the stories were cool. My near-death stories are all traumatizing. Anyways. Well. Wow. I don't know what to say. Everyone's like, Ma almost died. Please don't die. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna cut Andrew's hair on stream, if he lets me. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows what we're gonna do. But yeah. Would you guys like to see me do that? Or would that be boring? Andrew will just be here talking to you guys. I think my uterus might be bleeding, so I'll just be tired and sad. You guys probably didn't need to know that, but the morning. Anyways, Froggy says, waking up the next day story was cool / funny, but too long to type. I say nothing. I say nothing. I feel concerned. Make a YouTube video about it, and then wait, hold up. Do a TikTok series about it, and then people like eat that shit up. They'll be like, "You almost died." They're like nut for it, man. People love that shit on TikTok. It's like almost dying or like bad dates. An animated short film. Like have it be like the BB No Money animated shorts. It's so funny. My friends are like, you should do a BB No Money like animation, and I was sitting there like looking at my art style and then looking at like the stuff that he has, and I'm just like, I don't think this translates because I got like the little bug-eyed dudes. Ah, shit, so funny. Anyways, yeah, have it be like that, and then have like whatever song, like a BBNO $, whatever. Just like have that with like you dying with the animation. That's me. That's right. I'm so sorry. So anyways, it's time for me to go because other food's ready. So I'm going to go now. Good night, Josie, folks. Oh, you got the cute little emotes. I keep forgetting to make emotes. Like, I started working on it, and I forgot about it. I'll have more time in a couple weeks. Maybe I won't. I'll have to prioritize it. Do you have, like, more time or less time if time is always constant, you know? Anyways. Arbor says, BP no money, I'm so lost. Anyways, thanks for streaming. How do you not know who he is? Okay, anyways. Froggy says, I could do the animated thing or narrate it. Just to this 5-minute sunflower video, I took us some views. You could. Can we raid this time? Really? Okay, who would we raid? Oh, shit, maybe... I like his streams. He's kind of weird. I gotta remember how to raid. It's not an endorsement. Well, no shit, Sherlock. So is it /raid? How do I do it? Wait, hold up. Stay here, bitches. Don't leave. How to raid on Twitch. I always forget. I never do this. I have, like, anxiety, okay? And then they, like, talk to me. Sometimes they, like, message me after, but then I had my whispers off, so then it was like, hey, here's people. And they'd be like, what did you talk about? And I'd just be like, stuff. Yeah, I have so much social anxiety. It's so fucking stupid. Anyways. There's these streamers who worked on Wisecrack before that got ended. What's Wisecrack? I don't remember. I'm so bad with names, yo. Pull up. I don't know if I can... Okay. I don't know if he's like... Okay, so right now it's subscriber only, and you're going to be going into Cook Sucks. He does live streams, and he travels all around the world. He's pretty interesting, so I hope you like it. So, sleep well, stay safe, stay alive, and... Oh, right now he's in Austin. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So if he's doing something weird, you know, yeah. Oh, Michael Burns, I've heard of him, yeah. Maybe next time.